my issue of not being able to charge my camera has been solved. We went to Walmart and they had this pack of like all these different USB things, and among them they had a USB Mini, which is what I needed. Funnily enough, there was another one of these on the shelf right next to it, where someone had broken into it and just stole the USB Mini. So I'm not the only person in this world that needed it. I also bought another SD card. I kind of trailed off because I saw a person coming, but I also bought this because the 32 gigabyte SD card in my camera only has 73 minutes of recording capabilities left, and I'm no math magician, but I think 128 is a lot bigger than 32. Plus, I could use both. Ooh.
Okay. I see a car coming from this way. Okay, looks like it's clear that way. Okay, hold your breath.
Well, we made it off the road without dying.
Yeah, tell you, it's a pain. Because people fly around through here and they know that road's there. Most of them do, you know.
Yeah.
And they just fly around this curve right here, and half the time they wreck. They find me, they don't fly though.
Right as we decided to leave.
But nothing to do him. For us to get out. But he don't understand when my sugar's up real high or down low. I just don't feel like doing anything.
dad's over there helping his uncle. I debated if I wanted to go or not, but I decided no. It scared me when I was approaching. I gotta walk through there. Because I think my dad just plowed this today. Some good little kitty cat sense. I don't know if I said, but apparently my and my dad put out a bowl of leftover mac and cheese for it after I saw it. You would not catch me, Dad, walking up this. Like, I would only climb up this. I was getting chased. What does that sign say? I don't feel like getting close to it. I can't read it on the camera. Ugh. Gonna make me walk in here just to read what it says. Oh, it's upside down, property boundary. Okay. So this is where the property ends. That makes sense. There are those signs drawn out in the woods. Hey. through the trouble of checking. Give me for scale, I guess. This is probably a better place I can do that. We got that when I was a child. I know I've talked about this before. We got that when I was a child. And it came up to about my chest when I was a child. Or maybe it was like the same height as me when I was a child when we first got it. It was pretty tiny. I remember when it was as tall as me. But when I had it before. I think there's two of them. I think there's the one that's here, and there might be one in my grandpa's old house where I used to live. another mirror here for some reason. Something that is a little to me about this place is how many mirrors there are. Those are mirrors. Behind that is, it's not gonna focus. There's another one over there. Yeah. I came inside because a little mosquito bit me and drew blood, but I don't know if I want to be in here with the homie G somewhere in the dishes, or hopefully still in the dishes. It's not out somewhere. I'm just gonna go sit over here.
Well, it's right. They remember to turn that TV off. You better sit down.
Oh yeah.
Don't touch no metal.
You say this sitting on the metal swing.
Yeah, but we got the fish between us. Band little thunder over here, wind little thunder over here.
It's super loud.
Yeah. We're being bombed. Putin's are bombing us. Hey, David. It's recording. Hope it don't turn around and come back. It does.
want this door closed?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Unless the rain starts moving.
I thought we were going to sit on the porch. I've had to turn the TV off here.
Well, I just went out there to record the storm. You can go sit out there.
Well, the storm ain't over.
I mean, I'll come back out here with you. I just don't like being out here alone when it's dark. I wouldn't sit too close to that. It started coming in on me.
That's why I gave you that side over there.
I can't even hear you from here.
I said that's why I gave you that side, so if the rain comes in.
Oh, it's so... Yeah, I can get my flashlight. I can point it out there.
Christ, look at it. It's cold light. There'll be plenty of water coming over Jehu's tomorrow.
Oh God, everything is going to be muddy.
This should be past. Well, I don't think it's going to rain all night. Then we'll have all night to dry. It's going to be kind of warm.
I mean, last I checked the weather, it said it's going to keep doing this for at least an hour.
It's too cold up in the atmosphere, but that other spring's cold.
Oh, welcome back.
It's good thing I went to the bathroom because that window was open.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
And he had most kitchen dog.
Oh,
Shampoo mother, run out there in the yard. Take you a cold shower. Under the drip.
you don't even have to go out into the yard. Just sit over here.
There's the hillbilly shower. No, I have stood on the back porch, no lie, and like, when it's real hot in a pair of shorts, and I let it rain on me and I washed my hair just to be good. Like I was outside washing my hair.
Yeah.
Have you seen the kitty cat?
I haven't seen it since the last time it was here, or well, since I saw it that one time. The cat's probably not having fun right now.
It is down there somewhere. Maybe dying down. Sounded like it's going to come a big one. Started to. Kind of big. When it first started out, how it pounds. It'll pound up there on the porch roof. You can't even hear anything. Pounding.
Well, my weather app still says rain and thunderstorm for at least 60 minutes. It's apparently 70 degrees with a real feel of 62. That seems pretty accurate.
Yeah. Rain's cooling it off. I know I looked and it was supposed to rain like Monday. It'll be cloudy Tuesday. It'll be cold Saturday, rain Sunday. It'll be sunny Sunday, rain Monday, and it'll be cloudy Tuesday, and it was going to be sunny the rest of this week. I was really wanting to help her plant her garden. I may get to try to plow again, may get to anyway. I got it broke up. I'm glad I broke it up. I started to break it up more, but it was just rain. It wouldn't really matter. The past year or two, she's had to go over there with it rock hard and like try to do it herself. Pretty hard on her. Plus, it's like once if you don't get it digging down in the ground where you can go real slow whenever it hasn't been broke up, it doesn't want to dig. You got to hold it there and hold it there, and it wants to walk itself and run. You can't move that fast. Riding lawnmower and think you get her a little tiny tractor. Grab full while behind the lawnmower. Do it all. We'll drive it. Buy a thing. Buy like a John Deere lawnmower. You bust it and have like a little hitch. You hook a little thing to it and you pull your little thing behind it. Plow the ground. What encouraged you to have a garden was when I was staying down here, I went over there and I took a pin and I stuck a hole in about 20, I made about 20 holes. I poked about like that deep with about 3 inches with a pin. And I dropped a cucumber seed down in there and just covered up the hole. I didn't like force it down there because you're not supposed to bury stuff real deep, plant it. So it could be dark and it would sprout out and it could just bust out. And all of there along the trees, cucumbers grew up all over into the trees and everything. And there was just cucumbers everywhere. We grew like 1,000 cucumbers, I kid you not. There was just cucumbers everywhere. If she wanted a garden ever since then, she's been fighting trying to get a cucumber.
Aww.
I planted it right. Well, she gets some, you know what I'm saying, but she gets nothing like what we got that year. There's great big cucumbers like that, nice ones. There was all trees, like about 12-foot tall trees, all that over there. I cut all that out. Gleaned it, pulled the roots out of the ground, everything. Look at that. Ooh, it's brightening.
I'm kind of disappointed that as soon as I started recording, it stopped doing all of this super loud lighting that it was doing.
It rains a lot in April. This is, you know how the river was nice and green and everything? That's the first time in like 4 or 5 years that it's not just been muddy and gushing. The pour over, you know how the water was coming over to the Cumberland Falls? Usually it's about halfway up the pour over. That's how much rain there normally is. And down there where we went to Mine 18, it's just gushing down through there. Before I showed you me impressed to caught those fish, how those rocks were there, you wouldn't have ever even seen those rocks down there that we stood on. Last year was like 18 inches at the 1st of April. It was 18 inches over annual rainfall. It's hard to get a fish in April. Like where we won't be coming to the falls down on the beach where I told you I caught this fish head over there. Right, fish head. Sometimes there's a crack in a rock and you walk behind it and you get on those rocks leading back usually way up there on the beach about like another 20, 30 feet or more. Sometimes the whole beach is covered with water in the springtime. More recently. It's been the first good year and you won't go bass fishing with me. I don't know what to think. I will survive. You go get me a drink of Sprite and a cigarette. You need anything?
No. This trip appears to have taken a giant toll on this camera's display screen. But oh well. Hopefully the footage just looks normal. Yeah, kind of put the flashlight away for the most part. I think my dad was right there. I didn't want to just shine this bright light in his face. I prefer if he came back soon, but I really don't like being out here alone, even though the storm makes me feel somewhat confident nothing is going to come doom again. Oh, you're back.
Yeah. She's sitting there holding her lighter, so the electricity went off at night. Go back there, I've got a rechargeable lantern that'll burn supposedly for 11 days if it's fully charged on the lowest setting, which isn't very much, but if I was in a cave, I would trap like somewhere where it was dark, I'd love to have it. Then the medium setting, it'll burn for like 11 hours, and then the bright setting, it'll burn like 8 hours. I bought it to take fishing. So I bought 2 of those ones that run off AAA batteries. You can open them up and they'll last for about like 8 hours. You can see with them, because of coal oil lantern, Coleman lantern and stuff like that, they're real heavy. Those things, that thing there, I can toss in the backpack. It don't even weigh a pound. And it helps, makes it a lot easier to see. Jesus Christ, your Uncle Jimmy, he went up to Harbor Freight or Walmart or somewhere. He bought these big lights. They're like this big, and they have a stand, and he will take that if he can take the fish room and put it there, and like, boom, it's like daylight. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, that sounds great.
I mean, it is. It's just like daylight right there. You can just see everything. It's like we're filming a movie. One time we took it and we put one over here and one over there. We worked out here and cut wood with them. Whenever all those trees and stuff were over there, we had them over there and it was like daylight.
I mean, something like that would eliminate everything that makes me terrified, oh god, of this place at this hour.
He's got 2 little ones and 2 great big ones. They only last for like 4 hours on full brightness though, but I mean, they put out light. See, I've never night vision. It's got a little light on it. Electricity goes off, the pole light goes, and then it's just black.
You know, this camera is not
storming, we may not even be able to see the front.
I mean, what it's doing right now with the display is sometimes the display just gets messed up and like gives this like ugly shade of white where it's hard to see. The video will look perfectly normal, but the display is annoying to look at. And right now, since it's mostly black, it's just mostly white on here, and you can't really tell what it is.
Did you put that new card in there? Did it show like how many hours? Can you tell?
No, I haven't put the new card in yet. This still can record for another 20 minutes, so I mean, sitting out here in the rain is probably the last thing I'm gonna film on this card before I switch it over, because having like 10 minutes of recording time left isn't really worth it.
What are you gonna do? Take it home and put it in the computer and edit it?
I'll probably take everything and then like at least put all the clips together so that I have one big giant 10-hour or whatever video or something. I don't know. Oh, a leaf just blew right across that light and scared me.
You want me to shut the gauge?
Nah.
There's nothing out here really that would come up on the porch. Maybe a rabid dog of some kind, or a bear might wander up here. Most of them do run away, but I opened that door one night and she was at work. It was back before she had, like the last year she worked at Oakwood up there. Right over there in that corner, up on the rail, there was a black bear. He wasn't as big as the ones that we've seen down there. He's probably about 2/3 as big. Right over there where that swing was, right up against the trailer. I heard something pushing on the trailer. I kept thinking, what is that? And I opened up the door and he was there and he looked right at me and opened his mouth and raised his head up.
Oh, I would never go outside again if I saw that. Why are you telling me this terrible tale while I'm sitting out here?
But what as big as the ones that were down there that we saw?
A bear is a bear. I don't want anything to do with it unless it is locked up.
He was over there, and it was walking around the yard, and it started going over the hill, and she was over there at the edge of the woods. She'll run for a bear. She'll run from a snake. She'll run from a little snake about that big and jump and scream. She was over there on the edge of the woods, and I walked over there, and it was only like 30 feet away from her. I was coming back to the house. I told her, Jimmy's over there, too. I told him, you guys are going to get eaten over here. I said, I'm going back over to the house.
No, I'm not scared of a snake. You just got to move away from it. But the bear can, like, run at you. Is that railing over there new?
Yeah, that lattice is new. It had nothing to do with the bear.
Well, I knew it didn't have anything to do with the bear, but I just noticed that it was different than everything else
no
here.
No one ever has painted it yet. Well, they've done something other than that tower light. It's not as bright as it used to be. It used to just beam out. I remember when I was a little kid, it'd go beam, and whenever it beamed, you could just, even if there was, that pole light wasn't there. Because we lived here whenever I was like 2. We lived here, your grandfather was in Korea, and we left here and went to North Carolina.
How long has this been here?
This has been here, wow, probably 20 years, probably about your whole life. Dylan was little. Dylan was 3 or 4 whenever she moved out here. She bought this and moved it out here. But this wasn't here then. There was a different trailer here.
Oh,
but that light would just boom, and you could just see everything. But you had to wait for it to blink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So just every little bit you got to see.
Yeah, like if you stand up there and look at it, it blinks like every 5 seconds or something other. It beacons out. But it used to be so bright, it would just light up everything. She probably moved out here probably whenever your mother was pregnant with you. Or the year before. I think the year before. Because your great-grandmother died whenever your mommy was pregnant with you.
Did she live here before then?
Yeah, your grandmother, no, your great-grandmother lived over in Whitley. Remember that house I showed you? The
Oh, yeah.
And the one she hated got the thing, and she always said that she wanted that house burnt down if that woman ever got it, but it was her son that lived in it. That woman lived in it for years, but I thought it was funny. He's like, he probably burned it down on himself. He's like a junkie, supposedly, I don't know. But she moved here a year or two before you were born.
Oh, okay.
That's how long this has been here. There's a lot more lights. There used to just be this one pole light. She put that pole light up over there trying to keep the animals away from her garden. It just hadn't have rained. I think we got all those pieces up on there. We lost like about an hour or so being able to work. I'm up there climbing up. We've got the hillside that goes down like this. He goes over here. We've got his makeshift scaffolding here. We climb up on top of that tent. I've never climbed on anything like that. I felt safe for a little bit after I got up there on it. Crawling around. He's had 2 heart attacks. I'm over here crawling around on my hands and knees trying to drill through metal. I don't have much experience with a drill whatsoever, trying to hold it and drill through metal. And help him drill part of him where he can't bend over. He's got a bad knee. He needs surgery on. He won't have surgery on. He's got disc and stuff smashed in his back. They want to operate on his neck. It sounds horrible. They want to go through his mouth, cut the back of his throat.
I don't like hearing about that.
And go in here and put like rods in him and stuff, and like a cage thing around his spine where his neck is. He won't have any of it done. So we climbed up there and like worked 15 minutes and set 20 minutes and worked 15 minutes and set 20 minutes. Try not to overdo it on him and stuff. We would both be fired if someone was trying to pay us. I talked to him over there. I said, do you think if we had the money to build a house and sell it, if it cost $75,000, we had $75,000, we could sell it for $30,000, and we had all the stuff with you thought me and you could build it in a year, we'd starve to death before we got it. It's easy working with it now. Jesus Christ, when I was younger, God almighty. Like splitting wood, no break. No break. Split, chop, split, saw, carry the log, split the log, carry it. You got to where you can't work like that.
What do I do with my flash? Oh, there it is. I keep laying the flashlight beside me and losing it.
Did she ever say anything to you which way her swing is going to face when they get it finished over there?
No, I have no idea.
I assume it will face back this way.
I just know that office chair out there is probably having a not very great time right now.
That'll end up in the fire someday. I've been wanting to start a fire, but we haven't built a fire. Usually I always build fires.
Well, I don't think a fire is gonna happen right now.
No. Maybe tomorrow evening we'll build us a fire over there. She's got a stump over there she wants burnt. She's rid of. By where her swing is going. Maybe have to get some stump remover and put on it. I burnt on several. I'm not here enough to burn stumps. I burnt several big, huge logs before I got fires going out. These great big logs are sitting around, and you push them into the fire, and whenever they get red hot on the bottom and they burn, and I keep the fire going around them, they'll get hot, and they'll just lay there and they'll just smolder and burn for like a day and a half, and it'll burn up. I don't know if it'll do it up against the stump. Might.
Hi, welcome back. You didn't just scare me or anything doing that, no. I said you didn't just scare me doing that or anything, no.
I hear David telling you barrel tales.
Regrettably so.
Well, one day I opened up the big door and there's one 7 minutes, and I said, "Get the hell out of here!" And Christopher, it done like this. It swatted, it jumped and landed on that rail and jumped and...
That's a little one though. Them great old big huge ones.
Oh, and that... me getting Annette to tell you about the time there's one over in the cornfield. On this end of the cornfield, I had 6 ears of corn that was ready to pick. And I stopped her and I come out here and the bear was on that end of the cornfield eating. I told her, I said, it ain't getting my 6 ears of corn. I took her over, she was screaming and hollering at me. I got my 6 ears of corn and come back to the house.
You were gonna die for that corn if you had to.
It just started toward me out of holiday.
You think you could just yell at it?
Yeah, just yell at the bear and it's gonna stop.
You
Well,
can.
well, what would you do if the bear didn't, though? How are you gonna fight off a bear?
It'd just be... But I've been sitting there and they come right across through there.
Oh.
When they first started coming
He's seen when bears attack Mother. He agrees to be 365 days in the park. One person gets attacked where they all go to the same places. You hang around out here 365 days and one wander around the yard. You'll be the one attacked.
Lord, they ain't been one out here never.
All I can tell you is the axe is by the door. If you're brave enough, it grabs her, and I'm not out here.
If I'm brave enough,
The best thing to do is sit still when they walk around.
Sit still and watch it eat you.
And I've been
I mean, you've lived a full life. It's better you than me.
I had some corn in a plastic thing on the porch. I did the Whitney and come back and one had flipped it over the porch and, you know, dumped it out. So I scooped up all I could and took it in the house. And I was sitting here and it's a big one. He come up there and sandered around and looked to see if there's any corn. He come down, walked over here and went around the end of the trailer. And I was watching, and he peeked around to see if I was still sitting here. And then it went around the trailer and come over here and eat what it wanted, that corn. And then it stood up over there and looked at me and went, ah! I looked at it for a minute, and I said, what in the hell do you think you're going to do? Pew! He was gone. I don't know if he was thanking me for the corn or what. But name was going on that I was going to end up naming it. When one day I was sitting there, Lord, the biggest of thing come walking from over at Jim's down the driveway there. And I was talking to her on the phone. I said, well, Nan, here comes Geronimo. But I got tired of them getting my garbage, so I don't care if they come around or not.
But I don't think they ate the watermelons. I think that was a possum doing that to the watermelons.
Jim said a raccoon. I think it's the crows are pecking.
Because I think a bear could eat the whole watermelon if it wanted to.
I think it was crows that pecking them.
Well, sometimes they bust them open and eat them. I don't know if a crow would eat down into the watermelon like that.
Well, something did.
I think it was just a possum. He just sat there and ate as much as he could eat. Or, well, maybe raccoon.
Looks like it would have busted it.
They did bust some of them open.
Yeah, but the ones that I had the last summer that growed, something just eat holes in the top of them.
But what I seen was like a big hole. Like
Well?
it sat there and ate through it and ate down into it, just sitting there like a little animal, just sitting there just eating down in there all it could get out. I see some of them that turned black. I don't know if that was from the ground, how they laid on their side.
It's a blight, yeah. Them last year got about that big. It was so late when I got them planted. Nothing bothered them. Well, there's supposed to be severe thunderstorms for Scott County by 11:45, so I'd say it'll come on up here. There's a string of.
Usually when the wind comes from that, I mean it blows that way sometimes. Usually when the storm comes from over there.
Well, it come from all the way around, didn't it, Chris?
It comes from like the southwest. If you look at your radar, if you look at everything, it probably looks like everything's
Well,
kind of
buddy,
moving
if it
like
co-
from
if it-
Texas,
If it comes
slowly
from that
going
way,
up like that. That's how
if
it
it
comes.
comes from that way, or if it goes around and then comes back, we're up Shit Creek without a paddle.
Yeah, sometimes I've been hearing bad ones that come way from Williamsburg, like over in that way, over there.
I don't know if it'd be safe to turn the TV back on or not.
So I was about ready to ask. I was wanting to watch if we can watch the rest of the history of America.
We can go try.
I'm probably gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, it is getting late, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock.
It's almost 11:30.
Is it?
According to my camera, it's 11:29, but that is wrong. It is 11:28.
I guess we could just go to bed. I don't know if I could go to sleep or not, but yeah, it's coming another one. See if I need to take it.
Show me your radar.
I haven't
you
looked at
turned
the
it off?
radar. Well, I never look at the radar. I just look at where it says. When it loads, I'll show you. I just look at this page that says rain until whenever.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if I can show you the radar.
Oh, I'm gonna get mine. Look at the
Well, I just opened it on my own. Whoa, that is a lot for everything. There you go.
Yeah, we're right there. Wow, yeah, it looks like it's gonna keep coming. Push the play button and see how long it's gonna play till it goes by. Wow, 12:50 it's gonna be here. Wow, it's gonna be like 1 o'clock. It may pop back up again and get the red will come again.
Yeah, I mean, it's even
Just as I
storming
start
all
going to sleep,
across
it'll start-
Ohio. Oh yeah, Are you going in?
Huh?
Are you going in?
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep good.
Okay, good, because
Nothing's happening except for the drizzle of the rain. Drinking my Sprite here before it turns watery.
I almost kicked my Dr. Pepper over.
It's a wonder he had no. 'Cause he
I usually set my stuff there too. You're the one that.
The damn ice truck's what beats me.
Like here's another hour. It's red and yellow, but it's kind of thin.
I haven't shown this, but oh god. Oh, where is it? This is my view. I don't even know how well it's gonna come up. It would look better if I had the light up, but I'm not doing that right now because I need to get everything situated.